So now we do Disgraced. We gotta clean up Shahan's mess, I guess, something like that. So this Grandmaster, pretty easy, not that bad. I think this maybe just the first room is a little tough. Other than that, everything can be done from a distance until you get to the boss room, and then there's a couple really easy strategies that I think anyone can get it done if they do it this way. But there's probably a bunch of other ways. I by no means claim to be the best or anything like that, but at the very least, I think this guide should be able to help you get through on your own for us casual players. And by casual players, what I mean to say is those that like, you just want to take it easy. You don't want to have a heart attack from stress just from doing a Grandmaster solo. And you don't have to with this one. You can, well, maybe the first room here. Now, normally I don't like to tell you what to bring for a loadout. I think it's your choice. Just play whatever you have the most fun with. For this one, the boss has a solar shield, so I highly suggest you bring a solar weapon. I mean, other than that, there's an arc burn, so, running a bunch of arc, not a bad idea. And then also there's barriers and unstoppables. So barrier for sure, you're gonna need it. Something to do barriers. And unstoppables, up to you. There's only 3 total. You can do them from safety, so you don't have to stun them. You can just spend the extra minute taking them out the long way. Up to you. But yeah, so the Disgraced. So the first room here, you're immediately going to run into 2 barriers. So there's something different this season. I didn't notice it last time these were in rotation, but they're more aggressive. So as soon as you run up these stairs here and you get their aggro, they're going to follow you down the stairs now, which actually makes it a lot easier. So once you get them in the stairwell, there's not really anywhere for the barriers to teleport to. So they're kind of stuck in there. They're a lot easier to get. Otherwise, like, you hit them and they teleport way off these servitor barriers. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So if you drag them, kite them into here, the snipers are going to follow. So, it's still tough. But see, he's in the stairway there, and you can take him out. And they will both come. So, I mean, it's nicer than being more aggressive and following you into here this time. So, take out the first barrier, drag the second barrier in here. Works like 95% of the time. They come in here now, so it's great. Take them out, and then you're into the main part of the room here. Now, if you didn't kill all the snipers already in that stairwell, they're going to be hanging out right here. And after you kill enough ads on the left there, then Shanks and Invisible Marauders are going to spawn in from over here. Now, after you kill the majority of the Shanks and Invisible Marauders, the next wave of ads are going to be coming from the door in the corner in the back left, right here, around this section there. So if you have the chance to take them out there as they spawn in, that's even better. So I'm going to clear out these ads. And then right about now, all the Shanks are spawning in after I kill enough ads. Now you have a choice here. You can go out in this room and just kill all the ads and be tough and all that stuff. Or you can hang back in that room where I was showing all the arrows and that and take them out from there, which is a safer position. It just takes longer. That's all. So it's up to you. So here is just an example. Clearing out the Shanks. Then the Invisible Marauders come in. I'm going to clear out some of them. And I'm just keeping my grenade handy to throw at the spawn point in this back left door. And here's the back left door. And there they all spawn in. And you can kill them all as they spawn in there. Yeah, up to you. So if you want to be casual, go back to that other room right here, and you can just throw grenades through the windows, snipe them through the windows, all that stuff. If it gets overwhelming, you can always retreat down the stairs. The Invisible Marauders, if there's any left, will follow you a little bit down there, but not as aggressively as those barriers at the beginning. Now, after you're done taking out these guys, you'll hear the noise, and the door in the center will open up, and another wave will come through in the barrier. Just one thing, watch out for. If you don't see the barrier right away, he's glitching out and he's going to just appear somewhere random. Like in this clip, yeah, see, just all of a sudden he's right beside me. So, watch out for that, I guess. And other than that, you just kill that barrier, killed a couple ads and vandals, and I think a few snipers that spawned in with them, and you're good to go. So, that's the first room, and honestly, besides the boss, maybe even this is tougher than the boss. Either way. You make it to this next section, you run up here, there's a barrier in this room to kill. Now careful, you don't want to hang out at the stairs, or if you ran up there and you're with a fire team, it's going to do a joining allies thing, so just watch out for that. Either way, now this is pretty easy too. So from at the far back of this room, you can shoot at everything that's outside. Everything, honestly. So yeah, just it's safer back here. You know, the wizards, they'll mess with you a bit, so I guess they're a priority to kill those wizards. But there's some rules for here. So after you kill the majority of the first ads that are there fighting amongst each other, some exploders will spawn in. After you kill them, some boomer knights will spawn in. So those are the ones with the arc cannons that boom at you, thus boomers. After you kill the 2 boomers, another wave will come in, and it's 2 sword knights and some thralls. After you kill the sword knights, then the shriekers will wake up. And again, you can do all this from this back room. Even the shriekers, when you kill them, you'll see here in a second. So there, killed the sword guys, and then from a distance, if you go to the entrance of this room, the shriekers can get you, but from back here, you're safe. So that's honestly why I'm using Witch Ender's bow here, because it hits hard, but I don't have to worry about my ammo because it's a primary, and it's pretty decent at taking out shriekers. You know, it's not bad. Now, after the shriekers are done, then it's the 2 barriers at the far end. Now, you'll notice, like right here, right, they get jolted off right away, and it can be a little bit frustrating. Again, why I like Wish Ender, because if I waste a bunch of Arbalest ammo, let's say, on them, I just don't want to totally get screwed up. But be patient, he'll jump back up and you can get him. One thing I noticed, if you're doing body shots on him while he's awake, there's less of a chance of him getting knocked off his little pedestal there. So I don't notice him get knocked off when he's sleeping or stunned and I'm doing the headshots, but if you just want to be safe anyways, that's one route to go. Either way though, you can do it safely from this room, so you don't have to worry about them, because again, they're boomers, they have the high ground, they hurt. So take out the one on the left, take out the one on the right, or the one on the right and the one on the left, doesn't matter. And then after that, all you're left with is, you know, there's a boomer knight and 2 barriers in the center, plus probably some acolytes. So throw some grenades, take out whatever, or you can push forward and take them out from here. And then that's it. And then it's on to to Omnigul, not Omnigul, Navota, that's her name now. So take out this last barrier and run through the hallway. So in the hallway, not a big deal. There is the 2 servitor barriers, a sniper way in the back, so don't stick your head out there. There's the little pokey guys, jabby guys with their little arc spears. So again, this area, it's not tough. It's just kind of, I don't know, like an intermission area. Wipe them out, kill the vandals in the back, the sniper and the whatchamacallit regular vandal. And then through here, if you're lucky, there's going to be a public event flag to rally on here, you know, replenish your ammo. If you're not lucky, you know, you're just going to run straight through here. So, Navota here. So you're going to run in and spawn the boss, and the more damage you do to her quicker, the sooner she goes away, because, you know, she is a wizard, so she's filthy for arc. But just keep that in mind. Now, when you're on top of this perch, it's a totally safe place. Just keep in mind the barriers will try and run behind you and shoot you in the back. So you can always run back here, where Navota's not going to mess with you, and take the barriers out from here, because they will chase you in. Probably some exploders and maybe a few thrall too. But either way, not a big deal. So take out the barrier. Navota might still be here, so, you know, do some damage to her until you hear her scream and run away. And you just got the wizards in the back, and then the first unstoppable will spawn. So again, you can do him pretty safely. Watch out for exploders. They're running around, so if they notice you, they'll run forward and you can kill them. So just pay attention. But anyways, go after the unstoppable. There's a little, you can shoot through the debris there, the trusses or the concrete holes at the unstoppable there. And yeah, so if you don't have unstoppable rounds, you can just take your time. So poke at him through this little hole in the debris, or you can chuck some grenades at him. Up to you. Either way, pretty easy. Now, there's a bunch of boomer knights at the far back, and then there's a barrier kind of on a little sniper perch there in the top left. So I just like to throw grenades, especially with these Titan grenades this season. Well, I guess next season too, they'll be tracking, so they do the job just fine. So throw a couple of grenades there, take out all those guys, because why have a bunch of boomers shooting at you when you can have just one? Now, if you want to take a look out for exploders, because there are a bunch of exploders and you don't want to get surprised, you can jump up here to kind of safely do them, where the barrier won't be able to bother you too much. So up to you. It's definitely not needed or necessary, but if you just want to be a little extra cautious, you can come up here. unfortunately, this ain't the best place to take out the barrier. So that barrier, man, he's got like the railing and stuff sometimes protects him, so it is a bit of a bother for me sometimes, depending on how my aim's feeling on this controller. But you can push forward to this little pillar to get him from here, or you can do it from farther back where you're a little bit more open to his attacks, but you have a better line of sight on him. So either way is up to you. Just be careful, especially with the Arc Burn and Grandmaster. A couple shots can do you in, honestly, so be patient. And yeah, after that, there's 2 more barriers in the back, super easy. Take them out, and then you're on to the boss room. So the boss room, this one's pretty easy, honestly. So the way I do it, maybe it takes a little bit more time, but super safe, I think, anyways. So the first phase here, so if you have a super or whatever, go ahead, but just take out her shield first before using your super, just so you can get extra damage that's actually on her, not wasted on a shield. So I like to hang out here. It's safe. The thralls will come all running, but I got a nice barricade to protect me from the boss there when the thralls do come in. So take out thralls as they spawn, and then just, take down her health. Now be ready when she does disappear. That's when you want to kind of get off this platform, because you're open and a knight's going to spawn right on you. There's that door right beside you there. So I like to just drop down here and chuck grenades or whatever. After you kill that first knight that spawns right close to you, a second one's going to come right out after. So don't think you're safe just because you killed the knight in front of you. If you do burn him down right away, just keep in mind another one's coming. Now from here, you can, chuck grenades, whatever, just clear all those ads that spawned during this intermission from the boss. Now, if you're in a fire team, honestly, for at least 2 of the players, this is kind of the place you want to hang out with for the next, until the last damage phase of the boss. So throughout damaging her through this kind of middle damage phase section, thralls and sometimes exploders are going to be spawning, and this is a safe place to hang out with, where the boss can't get you and you can take out the thralls as they spawn in. Now this little shelf up on the top right corner right here, if the exploders and if you get overwhelmed with thrall, you can always jump up here and you're safe from the boss, and the thralls can't get you. So just keep that in mind. Now that's for if I'm on a fire team. Now, if I'm soloing this, or honestly, if I'm in a fire team too, I go up in this spot and leave my other 2 mates down there to fend for themselves, is I go right up here where that knight hangs out. And for me, that's just the safest, easiest place, because I don't have to worry about thralls, I don't have to worry about exploders, none of that. All I have to worry about is Navota, and that's not too much of an issue, honestly. Like, just her by herself. If it's me and her, not a big deal, because I can be safe from her if I want to be here. So anyways, after you kill the last ad, she spawns back in on that bridge, and just do damage with her. So grenades, you're heavy, this is where something solar comes in handy, because there's nothing worse than picking away for half an hour at a boss's shield and then just to lose line of sight of her and she gets it all back and you start from the beginning. So if she does start shooting at you, just hide in this corner, let her tire herself out. She'll take a break, and then you can go back into damaging her. Break her shield, it stuns her, throw some grenades and whatever and do more damage, and half the time she'll hide around that corner there. But yeah, you always have that corner to hide in, and it's safe from the splash attack, everything. Now, after she disappears again, the Unstoppable is going to spawn in right under you. No big deal, because he can't hit you. You just, I don't know, I'm going to throw grenades. If you can stun him, stun him. If not, yeah. There, take out the Unstoppable. Now, as soon as you kill him, one ogre and 1 Unstoppable spawn at the bottom. So you have a choice. You can kill them from the window here, keeping in mind that they can hit you from there too. Or you can do an ammo run and take them out from somewhere easier. Just watch out for exploders. There's a bunch of exploders down there because you haven't been killing them. Anyways, after the last Unstoppable / ogre is dead, she spawns back in. You're just going to repeat the same process, really. So, fun fact, if you do have Unstoppable rounds on, you can stun the boss. Not stun the boss, sorry. You can stagger the boss with an Unstoppable round, just so you know. Anyways, she disappears and then you're on the final phase. So, if you're in a team, this is kind of the places where I prefer usually when I'm on a team to hang out. So, there's this spot on this left shelf here. So, you're safe from thralls in this spot, but the boss can smoke you out from there. So, little iffy there. Or you can hang out on this catwalk here, which you're safe from the smoke, but the thralls can come get you. So, up to you. Either spot's not so dangerous, but your choice. Other than that, and if you're solo, you can hang out in this room here. So if you're in the center of this room, so not back against the wall, but not right at the entrance of the doorway of this little room here, the boss can't hit you. So with wizards, they're not shooting at your like upper chest or anything like a sniper. It's more, I don't know, I think of it as them shooting at my knees because they want to hit the ground beside you too, so you take extra splash damage, is how I think of it. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's just in my brain. That's what I'm thinking. So if you're in the center of this room anyways, she can't get you. But what can get you is those boomer knights sometimes. They got bigger splash damage, I think. But so if you see a boomer knight, try to take him out right away. Other than the boss, if you're in the center of the room though, no problem. And really, you can just finish her off from here. So if you run out of ammo, do an ammo run. If you can't, just remember the exploders. Like, you haven't been taking out exploders that much, so, you know, yeah, be careful. And that's it, really. So again, if you're a team, one player can be in this spot too to do main damage to the boss and also take her aggro to give your other team a, you know, a chance to take a breath or whatever. But not bad, right? Not a bad boss room. Probably one of the easier boss rooms. I wouldn't even call that a cheese. It's just standing in a place that's safe to do damage. So anyways, I highly recommend soloing this one. I think it's one of the easier ones. Fallen Saber is pretty easy too. But the Disgrace, you know, probably, honestly, the hardest part for a solo player to do, until you get used to it even, is just that first checkpoint where the, you know, you got the servitor barriers, the fallen snipers, all that. And just because you can't get as far away from the enemies. Other than that, the rest of this, you can do it basically all from a distance. Well, it's at the end. Like, subscribe. I hope this helped. I hope this helped you if you're soloing. I mean, this is for casual players, so, you know, just take it easy, solo something, or be a team. Up to you.